Renaissance, bridging theory with everyday practice. The Renaissance standard is simple. Do not sell theory you cannot turn into practice. Do not tell teachers to improve without showing them what improvement looks like. Do not ask leaders to raise standards without giving them systems that make standards visible. Do not talk about evidence unless if you can show how it changes a Monday morning, because education does not improve through slogans. It improves through implementation. That is why Renaissance exists. Our team is made up of active practitioners with experience across high-performing schools, top 5 attainment contexts, deputy head leadership, Senko work, UK education and international education. But the strength of Renaissance is not just who is on the team, it is how the team thinks. Everything is evidence-based. Everything is connected to theory. Everything has to be practical. Everything has to be measurable. If a school asks us to improve teaching, we do not start with generic advice. We ask, what exactly needs to improve? Explanation, modelling, questioning, checking for understanding, independent practice, feedback, behaviour during learning, pupil memory over time. If a school asks us to improve attendance, we do not just say, track the data. We ask, which pupils are slipping? Which patterns emerge? Who owns the follow-up? What happens when pupils return? Who is missed learning recovered? How will we know if a system is working? If a school asks us to improve SEND, we do not just say, differentiate more. We ask, what does the pupil need during explanations? What does the pupil need during practice? Where is cognitive load too high? Where does the scaffold start? Where does the scaffold fade? How is ambition protected? That is Renaissance. Theory is not separate from work. Theory is inside work. Roshan is inside the explanation. William is inside check for understanding. Lemov is inside classroom routine. Willingham is inside the thinking task. Jork is inside retrieval sequence. SEND theory is inside the scaffold. Leadership theory is inside the implementation cycle. This is what we mean when we say evidence into everyday practice. Not evidence in a PDF, evidence in the lesson, evidence in the book, evidence in the attendance meeting, evidence in the CPD task, evidence in the SEND plan, evidence in the leadership review, evidence in pupil outcome. The DFE explains that Progress 8 is a value-added measure comparing pupils with others nationally who had similar prior attainment, and that a score above 0 means pupils made more progress than similar pupils nationally. That is why Renaissance takes data seriously. Good schools need to understand both attainment and progress. Raw results matter, but so does the journey pupils have to make from their starting points. Our team knows what strong data looks like, but more importantly, we know what sits underneath strong data. Clear teaching, strong routines, curriculum discipline, responsive assessment, high expectations, staff development, leadership follow-through, pupils who know what success looks like. That is how change happens. Not by hoping, not by guessing, not by adding more workload, by building systems that make improvement visible. Renaissance does not sell theory for the sake of theory. We help schools, centres, organisations turn evidence into everyday practice with systems that can be seen, measured and improved. Thank you.